Hey guys, welcome back to the Book Nook Corner. It's Courtney. Another day, another bookish chat, but the same shirt. And just so you guys know, I do actually change my clothes. I just didn't for this video and decided to wear the same one that many times. JK, I filmed these within the same day and a half. So anyways, just wanted to preface it with that. Today's video is my January TBR, January 2025, which I have a feeling is going to be a crazy year.
I'm afraid to say those words out loud.
But let's get into it. First, I'm going to take you on a little tour of me picking my January TBR. I hope that you are just as excited as me. As you saw, this is very unhinged.
Who do I think I am?
Why do I think this way? Delulu at its best, but we are going to give it a good old college try because these are all books that have been on my list for so long, books that I've wanted to read for so long, and if you hang in there with me, I think we will manage to get a good bit of them read. I have, I would say, at least half to 3/4 of them on audiobook, which is also going to help me out in finishing them because I am determined to utilize audiobooks more for 2025. I feel like I did a decent amount for 2024, but not as much as what I could have. So this year, I do plan on using them more because why not? I mean, you know, I drive 2 hours to go give my writing lessons to kids. 2 hours, so that's 8 hours a month. That's at least an audiobook, or most of an audiobook if you're doing it 2.5 speed, which is what I usually go, and a big chunker of an fantasy book. And then, you know, just to try to get the smaller books that I have on my list, or which isn't many, or ones that I'm already reading and want to finish. So yes, definitely need to be utilizing that more often. I hope you can't see the Delulu stacks. We're just gonna act like they're not there. So let's get started. A lot of these are priority. So I'm gonna go through the priority books first that are the ones that I kind of have to get finished, if you will, ones that I really want to get finished, and then we'll kind of go into the overflow of ones that I might just dabble in or start a few chapters of to kind of taste test because that's what I do. That's what I like to do. Let's get into the priority book club / read-along books first. So the first book would be Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. This is a gorgeous little bookmark that I got at Barnes & Noble the other day, and this is a gorgeous little kind of, it's leather, but not leather, but it was a boxed set on Amazon of all of Jane Austen's books. And I got it, I think 2 years ago for Christmas from my mom. It actually might have been last year. I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. But yes, over on Celine Does Things, I never remember the name of her channel. She has an amazing aesthetic bookish channel, and I love her YouTube. It is so amazing. And she has 2 different Discord book clubs. Her Discords are just as awesome. She constantly has amazing read-alongs and reading challenges and book club picks, and just, I love it. So anyway, she is doing a Jane Austen book every 2 months. So for January and February, it is Sense and Sensibility. So I would like to try to read at least half of this. I kind of talked about some of these or my video on Monday, but we're just gonna kind of reiterate, and there's clearly more that I'm adding. So anyways, another priority read is Variation by Rebecca Yarros. This is, I think, her newest release. It was in between Iron Flame and Onyx Storm, I believe. She might have done more, but I think this was all. This is a contemporary romance, and I am reading it for my book club pick on one of my Discords down below. That is all explained down below. I will be leaving you lots of links always, so always check my description because there is so much cool info down there for my worlds and other YouTubers that I talk about, etc. So anyways, I'm excited about this. I do plan on, as you can see, annotating this. Here is the description. As soon as I saw the word ballerina, I was sold. The next priority read is North is the Night by Emily Rath. This is another one that I'm super excited about. This is one of my book club picks for my Discord book clubs as well. We are reading this together. We will be discussing it by the beginning of February. Same with Variation. I'm so excited about these two. I'm not annotating this one just because like this book is so pretty and I hate to like, oh my god, like I don't know, put annotations in this. But anyway, I will try to leave you the description. Here you go. Pause and read. This and Variation, by the way, are both on Kindle Unlimited as well. So these next three I am
So excited about.
because I've owned them and they've been on my TBR for so long. It is about time that I get to them, and all three we are having read-alongs on my Discord. So the first one being, and the one that people seem to be most excited about, is a Brandon Sanderson read-along of Mistborn. I will potentially be adding more Brandon Sanderson books than just like once a month, so if people want to join they can, but we will mainly be focusing on Mistborn. And so we will be starting this January 1st, reading a certain amount of chapters, which is all explained in the Discord, every week, and then discussing at the end of the week. So starting January 1st, first discussion will be January 8th on the Discord. I forget how many chapters it is, but like I said, I broke it down. It's on the Discord, and I'm just so excited for this book. And I just cannot wait to get into his worlds, and I have all of his books pretty much, and I'm just here for it for 2025. I feel like I've said this enough, but here is the description. The next Discord read-along that we have going on is Robin Hobb. So we are starting with Assassin's Apprentice, which I'm super excited about because there again, I've heard so many good things about her series and her books, and I could not be more excited to get into her worlds. I just recently got this one. I did mainly have all of like the mass market paperbacks or trade paperbacks, whatever you call them, and I just, for whatever reason, I used to read on those a lot. Now I can't stand them, so... and I bought them like years ago. Now I'm trying to collect them all in like the regular traditional sized paperbacks. Anyways, that is on all of the links down below as well to find out when, but here is the description. Our last read along is The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. So I don't know if I will get to this within January because this is almost like an 850 page book. Like, it's a chunker, it's deceiving, and this is going to be way more laxed. I'm just kind of going with it. If people want to join in, cool, links are down below. But this is one that like I enjoyed the show. I love the world that this is in, and just I'm really looking forward to this. So I don't really know if there is, I don't think there's really a description. So I guess just kind of read what's on the back there. So let's do this. That brings me to New Spring, which is the prequel. In the beginning, The Wheel of Time. Yeah, this is like the prequel. So I'm not really sure. I don't know if there's a specific order and when you're supposed to read this. As you can see, like I already slightly started it. And oh my god, I forgot about this little bookmark. What? I totally forgot I even had this. Anyways, I'm on page 20, you know, and there is only... not even 300 pages, so it's more of almost like a novella. I might just kind of dabble in this when I have the time, but here's the back. What information that gives you, I'm not really sure. And so the rest are ones that I'm basically just going to dabble in when I can, / potentially get the audiobooks and kind of listen while I'm doing work around the house, going to lessons, whatever, because I just have wanted to read them, and it's as simple as that. And so we're just gonna go with it, right? Because why not? And that would be The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. So there's actually a couple people on the Discord that are also going to be starting this one as well. This is a ginormous book. This whole series as a whole, every single book is huge. Like, let's see here. This has 1,000 pages. So ginormous. I did start this actually and got about 65, 70 pages in like a while ago, and I liked what I read, but then in typical me fashion, put it down, got distracted. But this year is the year to make this a priority, to make this author a priority. I am determined. If you cannot tell, I am determined. So yeah, this is one that I'm so excited. I have every single book minus the newest one, which I think is the 5th one. I'm waiting until it comes in paperback so that I can complete my paperback set. Here is the description. The description alone is a book. The next book that I would like to dabble in is the Last Herald Mage trilogy by Mercedes Lackey. I did pick this up at Barnes & Noble probably close to a year ago now. I have had this author and this trilogy specifically on my radar for so long. I was a 90s kid, and so some of these kind of OG fantasy books, epic fantasy books that were popular or were written in late 80s, early 90s was what I read when I was in middle school, because they were still kind of around, still kind of in the stores, because the authors were still finishing, you know, the series. I just have a soft spot for this. And so when I saw this, I remember seeing her name around. And so yeah, if I get to the first book, cool. If I get to 5 chapters of it, cool. I'm just excited to see what her writing is like. This is the description. And so that brings me to the rest of my delusional little pile here, which I will show you.
Yep.
These are ones that are actually, all of them minus one are continuations of series that I've already read the first book of and want to continue. And that would be, well, I guess this technically isn't, but that's King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. I don't believe that there's a particular order in which you have to read this. I'm sure there are people out there that say read it in blah, blah, blah order. That person is not me. Okay, I want to read how I want to read, and that is that. But I know this is in the Grishaverse. There's only 2 books, I think, in this. I think it's just a duology, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see on the back here. Yeah, Roll of Wolves is the second one. So just excited to read more of the Grishaverse. I really enjoy it. The next one is Sword of Kaigen. I did start this. I am 55 pages into it. I have enjoyed what I've read so far. I have heard such amazing things about this book. I have literally had this, let's see, when this came out, because that is how long I've had it. 2018. So I've had it since 2019 maybe. It was shortly after it came out that I did order this. So it's been sitting on my shelf for that long. Here is the description, if you can even see that. The next one is The Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Six of Crows duology, which I actually just recently finished. And I think I'm going to annotate all 3 of the Leigh Bardugo books that I have on this list. I just adore her writing and I adore the characters. And when I was finishing Six of Crows, there was so many instances, like passages that I was like, oh, I almost went to grab for like my pen and stuff, but I hadn't annotated anything else before that because I just kind of recently really started heavily annotating books. And so I was like, well, I can't annotate the last quarter of the book. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just switch to annotating the second one. So that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to show you the description. Don't want to spoil anything. By the way, look at my cutie little bookmark that I did get to go with this book. I have like a habit, like when I go to Barnes & Noble and I get a new book, I have to also get a new cutie bookmark for it. The next book, of course, is Siege and Storm, which is the second Shadow and Bone book. I am going to be annotating this as well. So just look at the flop. I'm so super excited for this. Not going to show you the description as well because it is the second book. Here's my cutie little bookmark that I chose for this one. So yeah, like just so many good books. And then one of the girls in my Facebook chat, Facebook Messenger book club that we have, she was just talking about how she finished this dandy little book here. Well, it's not really little. And she said, Courtney, you have to pick this up. It gets crazy towards the end. Like once you reach the halfway mark, like she said, it just takes off and it's crazy. And I am currently 179 pages in. I've been taking my time and annotating this as well. And so I would like to get maybe a little further, potentially finish this if I can. That would be amazing.
In my delusion?
So I'm excited about this. Not going to show you the description because it is the second book, but definitely pick up Spark of the Everflame. You will not be sorry. Oh my god. Okay, so that is my Delulu January TBR. Obviously, the ones that I mentioned that are kind of my main priority are the ones that I will be getting to first and foremost. And then with leftover time or whatever happens to be, you know, next, I will continue on with the ones that I mentioned that I'd like to like dabble in. I'm just craving Leigh Bardugo's writing in the Grishaverse so much. Like just thinking about it right now, I'm like, ooh, I want to pick them up. Yeah, just so excited for all of my January reads. Like I hope that this year, 2025, is started off with a bang for me and many other people. And yeah, so hopefully I potentially got you excited for all of the read-alongs that I have going on if you're joining in, or just my book clubs picks that I mentioned. And obviously go down and check out all of my links down below, my Bookstagram, my Discord book clubs, and my Amazon wishlist. And don't be afraid to join the Discords, even if you don't want to join in the book club or join in the read-alongs. We still have lots of really fun things going on in chats. We talk about our e-readers, we share our Kindle decor and things like that. So it's just a fun place to be regardless of whether you decide to read any of the books with us or not. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you are reading for January. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!